a war that cannot be won. The energy of today feels like a knot tightening. The moon is in the lunar mansion Astrology. This is serpent energy and brings an intense, pulsating awareness to the surface. Astrology is deeply connected to your intuition, but also to manipulation, healing, and the power of the unseen. It reveals where we are still entangled in old dependencies, or where we consciously or unconsciously exert influence over others. This energy is particularly strong today as planet Pluto in the sign of Capricorn stands directly opposite to the moon. Pluto exposes, Pluto destroys, Pluto tears down masks. While Astrology in Cancer seeks emotional control and security, Pluto reveals the structures that were built solely for power. What becomes visible today can no longer be ignored. At the same time, Mars moves almost exactly over the fixed star Castor, a star associated in astrology with false victories, deceptions in war, and the cost of conflict. It is an illusion that war can ever truly be won. And this is not just reflected in our personal lives, but also in the world around us. The war escalates, but what is the real solution? As the moon moves through Astrology and Pluto stands in direct opposition, we see the exact reflection of this energy unfolding in this world. Power struggles, control, hidden agendas, and the war that does not stop because it is not meant to stop. The conflict in Ukraine is escalating once again. People are dying every day while geopolitical interests intensify behind the scenes. But what is the truth behind this war? Who truly benefits from it? And why does there seem to be no real political will to bring it to an end? In the Middle East, the conflict also continues to rage. Fighting between Israel and Hamas has not ceased. Violence in the West Bank is escalating. Settlements are being destroyed. Families are losing their homes and their life. And yet, the world's leaders seem to simply watch. Or perhaps they are actively using this chaos to their advantage. Because that is the point. War is not what it seems to be. It is not about victory or defeat, about one side against another. It is about control, power, retention, and division. The same old game that has been played for thousands of years. And as long as we believe that it can be solved with more weapons, more fighting, more resistance, it will never end. Pluto in Capricorn makes this clear. The old systems are keeping this war alive. And they do so because they know that a peaceful, self-determined human being is the greatest threat. But what if we withdrew from this control? What if we no longer fed the fear they plant in our minds every day? What if we recognize that this war does not begin with weapons, but with the consciousness of people? As long as fighting seems like the answer, war will continue to exist. But war does not end with more bombs. It ends with a shift in frequency? Where are you still feeding the energy of conflict in yourself, in your thoughts, in your perception, in your belief system? And what if today you decide to be part of the solution, not part of the cycle of destruction? So thank you so much for listening. And do not forget, I love you.